Okay, guys, this is a hard take for me. I just want to be perfect. I just want to be right. I'm not even sure where to start tonight. How is everybody? Thank you for welcoming me in at the time of day that it is by you. By me, it's 7:33 Eastern Standard Time. What are you talking Eastern Standard Time? Before time, it was where, it was there. Where, there? Are you looking or you're not? I'll tap you on the shoulder. You know where it is. I didn't know if it was east or west or best, what's right and wrong. It wasn't good. It didn't say it was wrong. It didn't exist wrong. Nobody knew what wrong was. Wrong only existed when somebody looked right. Anyways, if you want to play with some words, okay, try to stay in the same family. I'm going to see if I can do this. I haven't practiced this, but what I mean is that if you do it right, you have to find another word that would start with an R that would be a good thing for meaning to be right. Or you did it wrong, or you can take that into effect. The first word from wrong to right is to left. So if you left somebody and you didn't right somebody, you've gone away, you've left. But if you've left somebody and you've never gone away, then you lefted his right. So you took something away from him that was actually his, that wasn't your right at all because you did it to the left. So you lefted him. Just an expression if you want to talk that way. Just making up some expressions here, fooling around. There's just so many things, and the biggest one is ST. That's the biggest one, ST. What is SB? It's spirit time. THE is time of heaven. THEHE, the is time of heaven, and the E is the passage. It's the opening. Okay? It's the connection. The E letter has two spaces in it that you can put a U valid. The Urantia U's, well, they hook in. It's an element. We're not real, man. We're not from here. I almost guarantee it. I can almost... If we meet in heaven, I know you're going to say to me, you played the game well, didn't you? You're not going to say to me, hey, how was it on earth? You will say that to me, but you're also going to say, your angel's pretty cool, eh? She's a good player. Now let us bless all the women angels in this world, okay, that know they are the player of man's mind, and they also are the player of Venus. That's right. All angels in the mind are 3 parts female. 3 parts, that's right. Where's the 4th? Well, 4th is God. Well, where's me? How do I? Oh, on earth, that's who you get to play. You're your own God. So that's why you're the 4th part. In all actuality, that's a lie. But let me get on to what I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion, 1 quadrillion, 1 quintillion. 1 quintillion, okay, it means 5, okay, and it means that there are 15 zeros to obtain it. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, excuse me, 21 zeros to obtain it. And that 21 is the same result that you would get on 1 dice, 21. So the question is, how many dice would you have? What I'm trying to get into this right now, I'm going to see if I can do this. I did it good before. Okay, let me see if I can take my camera down and not mess this up too much. Let's see how's it going to go. Oh boy. What if I take it off and just do it like this? Okay. The first 3 zeros, the next 3 zeros. Now I turn this whole thing into the roulette board. And if you notice on the roulette board, all those diamonds or squares in the center, okay, those are all black connected numbers. They connect through the whole board, the black numbers, okay. Now what happens when I drag it down? Count the zeros, 3, 6, 9, okay. So the 9th zero, okay, says 1,000, 100,000, 1 million, 10 million, 100 million is the 9th zero. That's man's birth. I'm talking about $1 million baby. You couldn't get more than 100 million, right? Then you go to 100 billion when it's the expression of the totality of the creation, of the equation of creation. Okay, 12. Then you get to 100 trillion, which is the egg creation in this world, okay? The coming of who you are, your egg, okay? Now, when you get down where you see the center dot where it says 100 quadrillion, it's 10 quadrillion, okay? Just want to see if I got this right. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Yeah, you're on number 20. On 10 quadrillion, you're on number 20, okay? And what it is, the number 20 is the center part. Hold on, I'm burning myself with a cigarette here. Okay, hold on a second. Let me just make sure I got this right. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, here's 20. That goes with 100 quintillion, which is a 5. It's the passage. 20 is the T letter. It means beta passage. It's in the center. Okay, it's black. It fits with the 17 here, which is 10 quadrillion. So you would add them up, because that's the world. The 17, the one spirit of the 7 islands, and beta together. And it means the year 2017, when this is going to happen again in 2017 right here. This is why the Mayan calendar is right. Because of this whole board here and all these numbers and zeros, this is why the Mayan calendar is right. Okay? It's all steps and ladders all the way up. So you have 17 and 20 right here. Now what you have on the side, I'm going to show you over here. You have this. In between the 17 and 20 is 14 and 23 red. Okay? It's a 9 difference. That's the birth. Okay? On this side, the one spirit of the 6 islands and the 1 and the 9 revert. Because once you're born, you're automatically a 1-6 and you're not a 1-9. You jump from one to the other. One is your birth, one is your existence. Okay? It's an expression of hooking up the one spirit. It's the Urantia world expression. Okay? That's the way I like to call it. Okay, on this side you have the one spirit that connects to all the corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 2 that are not there in the center, because this world goes around inside 2 worlds. It's like a tumbler. Turn this thing a little bit crooked. It should be like a tumbler. Anyways, this here is inside this over here in sextillions, which means 6 men. That's how many zeros there are in that world. And the other one would be the scepter, would be the kingdom calm, the passages to connect the islands that are over here. These are the center islands. These are the passage islands and connecting islands. Okay? In this row over here, okay, where am I? In this row over here, the 3rd row here, it's the creation row. This is the passage row of beta and the heavens up and down, and this side here was your angel connect. All red numbers have connections inside. They're live wire. They're the Spirit of God. So we come back to over here in roulette, and before we had 17 and 20 black in the center. Now what makes up, oh my God, it keeps going away. What makes up this thing here, again 37, but this is red. The one spirit of the 4 angel, beta, with the 3 creation within. The one spirit of the 6 passage islands. The one spirit of birth. Total 35 in letters. This is S and this is P, standards and pores in the life of the one heaven of the beta spirit creation. 21. 18 and 21 is 39. It's 3 king letters, because to make a continuity or whatever you want to call it of this design, these letters are created upon the design of many of the things, because everything is spread out. You know, when you split in half a triangle on one side, you put a line, I mean, you got a V after, so you got already a K. And what fits into the K is the hat that the king wears or the jack wears fit in. They stabilize the legs, and then it ends up looking like an ace and turns into an alpha omega. Anyways, the other thing I want to say is, this is what I think about the stock market, okay? Listen to this. You got $1 million, okay? Now, it's in the stock market right now. It's either there or it's not there, okay? Tomorrow, I don't care how much money you made. Whatever you made to right now, if you take it all out, you got it. Tomorrow, the stock market drops 35%. Oh, and it's very likely too. You want it to drop less? How much do you want it to drop? You want to take a light shot at it? We'll take a light shot. No, we'll take a heavy shot to start. And I don't think 35% is heavy enough. Everything is overwritten and overwit. Do you know that if you took All these small guys take all their money out of the stock market. Most of the stocks will actually stay up, and you'll say, hey, why did I take it out? You'll see how much you're missed, right? Just notify yourself that that's how much you're missed. It didn't move at all. You understand what I'm saying? It's not you that's making the decisions. That's what it's all about. So let's say you lose 35% on your money tomorrow. You have a total of $1 million between your house, your cars, and everything set up, in which $500,000 is in the stock market. Tomorrow it drops 30%, you lose $150,000. The next day it goes up 30%, what happens? Okay, it goes up 30%. The day after, it goes down the first day, it goes up the next day, 30%, 30%. You take out your money, how much money did you lose? How much money did you make? Well, why don't you look at it like this? 30% of 350 is 105,000 with total 455,000. You'd only lose 10% of your money. You need to make up 40% when you lose 30%, my friends. And then the tax man comes to your house when you make the 20%, and you ain't making the 20%. Your 20% that you usually make takes 6, 8 months. I'm talking over a year, and this is over one day that this can happen, okay? So you're waiting a whole year to make the 20 while this can happen in one day. And you're huffing and puffing. What did I do with that $500,000? Well, first of all, that's way too much. They say when you take a gamble in life, don't put more than 5% of your entire income from the entire year that you make anywhere towards any gamble at all. Just like the gamble of the RRSP if they don't set up the formation the way it should be done. Okay? The gamble, my friends, okay, is fine. And like I said, once you make 20% at the end of the year on $500,000, you made 100,000. You're now paying 35 tax. You got 65,000. You got all excited. You went out and bought things you didn't need for 20,000. You got 45,000. And whatever your costs were besides that, because when you make money, there's always costs towards it. So take away another 2,000 in banking and back to the accountant and the headache and out of the car and then the car, and what your life's not worth anything. You're ready to put your life on the line, go to work, get up in the morning, and your life and your money and everything else on the system, right? Put it on the system. 30 to 1. That's right. That's what the price of the system is. The system is 30 to 1. These numbers don't come from me. They come right off the crap table. If you throw 2 aces in the system, right, that's a 30 to 1 payoff, and it's not to you. Or you throw 3 sixes or 2 sixes. Okay, that's also a 30 to 1 payoff, but that's not for you either. You don't get any of those payoffs in life. Okay, if one person did and one person did for one time, it's a one-time deal. Okay, and that's the way it is in craps, a 30 to 1 one-time deal to get paid off. And that's the way the market works, and that's the way everything else works in life. Everything has its odds, don't you know? Don't you play the odds, or you don't care? Give it to somebody else who's incompetent. You know why he's incompetent? Because he shouldn't take your money in the first place. He shouldn't even be there in the first place. They should just close down the stock market and reopen up something else. Call it les boursiers. And that what that is it's a place like a Costco. And when you really need something, you can go and pick it up. And the reason you pay a prime is because they're holding the product for you all year long. Okay, that's why you do it. But otherwise than that, what do we need a stock market for? Why don't we put up some buildings in the middle of New York and grow, I don't know, pumpkins or something inside for Halloween for all the nuts with no heads that are going to come back? Don't you worry. Things will come down in price eventually. Things must be ironed out. What do you think? Anyways, I got you with this. I got you with that. There's so many things. So many things. Just want to show you one little thing here. Here. 3, 6, 9. Okay. The 9 zeros. Okay. That would inflict here. 3, 6, 9. Excuse me. 12 zeros. That would go in here. So 3, 6, 9. And then you see the 3 crossing lines. That makes the 12. That makes the total equation of the 12 tribes, meaning the 12 numbers of how this came to be the honeycomb of man's life. And look in roulette and study the colors. Study and connect your black colors. They create letters. They create the Y. They create the O. They create the X. And they connect to numbers. Just like in roulette, The two bottom center black ones connect as 26 and 29 black. They create the number 55 passage in the center number. Okay, on a black number means leaving into the next world. 26, 29, man's birth comes into the next world, because man lives actually in the the last 9 numbers, because man's creation is 36, right? But it's in red at the bottom. But when creation starts in roulette, from the first 6 numbers, the 3 is red, the 6 is black. But at the bottom, they're both red, because that's the time, I believe, 36 is man's way out of this world. Somewhere to do with the 4 railroad tracks in Monopoly. Anyways, okay, I hope I got it by okay. I'm going to be doing another one. I have some really exciting stuff coming up, but you know what? I always screw up all the time. This one's pretty cool. I'm going to try and explain the letters. Whatever it is, don't take it from me. Take it from the deepest of your heart. If you have a family, get out of the stock market. If you love your family, get out of the stock market. If you have one friend, get out of the stock market. If you have 1,000 friends, oh my God, don't be influenced by anybody. Okay, what if you took a sabbatical for 1 year and you didn't invest your money? You put it somewhere where you absolutely knew it was safe. Take a sabbatical from the market this year. Come on, man. This is like the 1960s again. This is almost like back in the Korean War. This is almost like in 1938. This is almost like back in 1914. Why don't we just jump on back to Pius and the kings and the wars in France in the 1600s? This is what it's about this year. This is where every man's thinking is going to be. Everybody reads about the Mayan calendar and the catastrophe and the things that are going on with the Americans and the Russians and the Iranians and the Israelis. And you know what? Don't leave out anybody in the world, please. There's no one to leave out in this world. We're all together. It's only a few bunch that are involved. Even if there's societies involving 50 million people in the world. Big deal, 50 million. We're 7 billion people. So 50 billion are doing something we don't like. What do you want to do? Or 50 million, you know? So it's 50 million. It sounds like a lot. But you know, in all reality, what do we care how many millions they are? We got to know who we are. Okay? We're the society of the connection of the elements of the passage into the alpha beta world. And all it takes is a little bit of love. Love means to understand what it is to communicate. You have to want to know. You have to know that communication is the love. Because without wanting to communication, then therefore you do not love. It's a breaking of the communication, which is the creation of the breaking of all connections. And once you disconnect from your angel soldier in this game, love means game over. Why? Because when you break love, love count is 54. 5 and 4 is 9. Break it, you have no more 9. 9 would be 4.5 if you break it in half. And that's only 1 fox's tail, and you need 2 foxtails to play in this game. What's the number of the fox? 45, 45. Anyone for tennis? They call me MrTacpans. Raphael, call me what you like, but just enjoy the words I speak. These words won't save me anything. I ain't got no money in the stock market. I ain't making any money on this. I'm just looking for the excitement that when the world comes to be, that they remember if they need someone to speak, don't worry, I'll be there if the words have reason for the speaking of. And of all, I thank you and I bid you and a Merry Christmas to all.